Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my Femme blushes and the custom created blush palette that I made on CameraReadyCosmetics.com. So I hauled this in my Camera Ready Cosmetics haul, and I will put that down below in the description box if you guys want to check that video out. But when I was purchasing my Femme blushes and building my own palette, I had a really hard time finding swatches and reviews on the internet. So I wanted to make this video for you guys so you don't have that problem. So today I'm going to go in depth reviewing not only the blushes themselves, but the palette as well, giving you guys prices and swatches and telling you guys all about how I created my palette and give you guys some good tips and tricks on creating yours as well. So my Femme blushes are in an 8-well Ben Nye palette, but if you only want 4 wells, Ben Nye does make a smaller palette and they make much larger palettes as well. So you can customize your palette to however many shades you think would work best for you. If these are shades that you're only using on yourself, you may just need a smaller palette. If you are a professional freelance artist like I am, you might want to kind of invest in a bigger palette. I chose the 8 size because I think this is a good range for my clientele. I get a little bit of everything with this guy, but if you want a huge palette that gives you every single option underneath the sun, you can definitely do that as well. Now these blushes will fit in Ben Nye palettes, they will fit in Femme palettes, and they will also fit in a Z palette. They are magnetic, so you can choose whatever palette you think would work best for you. I chose the Ben Nye one because I really like this sleek packaging, and I really appreciated the price point of the Ben Nye size. This one is an 8-well palette, and I got this for about $6 or $7. It's very similar to a Z palette the way it looks. You get the hard plastic casing here. It's a little bit more flimsy than a Z palette, but it's still very sturdy. It's very, very sleek. You can tell it's very slim and skinny on the side, and on the back you've got your little holes where you can stick your pin through and you can pop each of the blushes out. Now here's a size comparison between my blush palette and a large Z palette. The large Z palette is a little bit bigger and it's also much thicker. So if you're going to be carrying this around with you, just know that this guy is a lot heavier and it is more secure, more sturdy, more intense. But this one's definitely sleeker. It's definitely lighter weight, and it would be easier for you to haul these around than it would if you had a bunch of these. So these are the shades that I picked out from my palette. I wanted a palette that was going to represent my clientele. So I wanted a big enough range that I felt like I had options, but not too big to where it was overwhelming or too big for my kit or where it'd have extra pieces that were unnecessary, but not too small where I didn't have enough options. I also wanted to keep in mind my clientele as far as skin tone goes and the look that my clients typically want. Most of my clients are going for a natural bridal glam, so I wanted pretty soft shades, but I wanted to take them pretty deep so that I can work on all different skin tones depending on what my client's skin tone or type is. So in my palette, I start off with more neutral peachy tones, very subtle light colors, and then I work into more of a bronzy and terracotta shade that will work for medium range skin tones. And then I chose some cooler tones here so that I would have options with not only warm tones, but also cool tones. And then I went into some deeper shades if I work on anyone who has a deeper skin tone. I love these blushes because they are so pigmented. You barely just need to tap your little brush in there and you are good to go. You may even find that you need to dust your brush off. So take a little bit of product and maybe just tap it off and get off the excess, because sometimes these can be a little bit powdery because they are so intense. Very, very pigmented, but they are blendable. If you don't overwhelm the cheeks with too much color, it's very easy to work with as long as you're using good tools, good brushes, and a light hand. And remember with these, since they are so powdery, they can kick up. So you want to make sure that you are being very soft with these, very gentle, and you are doing more precise placement. If you are an artist, you know what I mean by precise placement. You want to just apply that exactly where you want it and press it into the skin, opposed to going crazy with your powder brush. These are the kind of blushes that will get overwhelming very, very quickly, and you don't want to walk out looking like a clown. So just have a light hand with these and you will love them. I also love that these blushes are super long wearing. They are not the kind of blush that you're gonna look in the mirror 2 hours later and feel like you don't have any color left on your face. They're very long wearing and very nice and pigmented and beautiful on the skin. So today on my cheeks, I have both this shade and this shade mixed together. And that's one of my favorite things about blush palettes is you can get creative with it and customize shades for either your clients or yourself. That way you're not restricted or limited in any way. So even though I have 8 shades here, I really can come up with so many more combinations by mixing these guys all together. And also don't forget, don't limit yourself. You can always use your blush shades as eyeshadows as well. And I think some of these shades down here would be beautiful eyeshadow colors as well. This is the first shade in my palette, and this one is Amber. It's a beautiful light peachy tone, and it gives a just really soft, light, lovely shade on the skin. I think this is perfect for someone who just wants a little bit of color, someone who wants to give their skin a little bit of a glow, but nothing that's gonna be too crazy and intense. This would be especially beautiful on fair skin. This shade is called Peach, and as the name suggests, it's a beautiful peachy shade. It does have a little bit of a terracotta shade to it though. It's not just peach. You've got some peachy, pinky, a little bit more warmth in there. This is a beautiful color for tan skin or for someone that wants a healthy, warm glow. This next shade is Soft Beige, and I love this color. I think this is beautiful for mixing, and I think this is beautiful for medium skin tones. It's a little bit more of a bronzier color, but I think that the way that this looks on the skin just adds a beautiful color that will blend in well with bronzers that gives you some color without being too overwhelming. Perfect for someone who wants something really neutral or someone who has a little bit more of a deeper skin tone that wants a soft color. The next shade I have is Dusty Rose, and this one's a little bit more of a pinky rosy shade. Again, it has that terracotta base to it, but this is for someone who wants color. This is a beautiful bridal shade. It's gonna add just a little bit of a pinky glow to the skin, and I think this would work for any skin tone. This shade is Misty Plum. I think this is a beautiful cool tone shade. This would look beautiful on fair skin as well as anyone who wants a subtle glow. I love this one for brides, and I love this one for more youthful women as well who just want a little bit of a healthy feminine color. This shade is Precious Plum. This one's a little bit more of a fuchsia purpley tone, and I think this one is gorgeous as well. Beautiful for more of a fall time look, someone who wants a pinky glow to the skin, but they want more than just your typical pink shade. This has a little bit more color to it, and it would be beautiful on almost any skin type or skin tone, especially those who have more of a cooler undertone to their skin. This shade is Mocha, another beautiful versatile shade, more of a pinky tone, but it's a little bit more bold. This one has a little bit of shimmer to it, and I think this one would be stunning on medium to deep skin tones. And I really love this one for adding more color to the skin, especially for those of you who are brides or who want something that is a little bit more intense and glowy. Again, a beautiful color for more of those fall and winter months. And the last color is Redwood. I adore this shade. It's a beautiful, reddy, kind of terracotta-y shade. Gorgeous on deeper skin tones and gorgeous for the cooler months. I think this is a beautiful shade that would work lovely as a eyeshadow and as giving a lot of warmth to a deeper skin tone. And this is one that would work for almost as deep a skin tone as you can get. I think this would be great for those of you who have a hard time finding a blush that shows up on your skin when you have more of that chocolatey shade. I think this would be beautiful on you. So each of the La Femme blushes retails for $3.50, and then the palette that I picked out was about $6 or $7, but you can pick out whatever palette you think would work best for you. These are super cost-effective blushes. They are very, very inexpensive, $3.50 a pop, which is crazy, especially for this size and this pigmentation, and these are professional grade blushes. I highly, highly, highly recommend these, whether you are just trying to expand your own makeup collection for yourself or you're trying to build a kit for your clients. I think these blushes are amazing, and I think that you can't go wrong being able to customize and build your own array of blushes, and I'm so happy with this purchase. I am so in love with these blushes, and I think this is definitely worth checking out. I will leave more information in the description box below where you can purchase these and what colors that I chose. I hope you guys enjoyed this swatch and demo and review, and let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on these blushes, and if you guys have used anything from Camera Ready Cosmetics that you love as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys will subscribe to this channel and follow my other social medias, and I will see y'all later. Bye!